Hello everyone, today we're going to start talking about vectors in Move. So first of all, I'm going to lower your expectation. There is nothing much fancy about vector in the standard library, but we'll talk more about other libraries in the following sections. Anyway, let's get started. So first of all, we're going to get a script, and this time, not only are we going to use the debug module, we're also going to introduce this new module, vector module. So we're going to use vector as well. For initialization, there are three basic ways to create a vector. The first way is just a standard one, calling the empty function in vector module. So it will just give you an empty vector. And apparently typing two words just to create an empty vector seems too much. So another way would be just simply using vector like with type, and that's it, give you an empty one. So also you can skip the type with vector, like for example we're gonna say vector1, 2, 3, and then it will give you a vector with 1, 2, 3. The type will be inferred automatically. So now you see how to initialize vectors. Let's see some operations. So, well, the standard one, the first, how to add or push a single element into the end of the vector. Here you would do push back. Remember that here we need a mutable reference of the element. And also, you can use pop back to remove the last element. Here also you need the mutable reference. The third one is how to access the length of the vector. You just use the length in vector module. Okay, it's worth noting that you need to put the right kind of reference here. So for push and for pop, you need to have mutable reference because as you can imagine, you are modifying the vector, right? And for length, it doesn't matter. You can have a mutable reference or immutable reference, whatever you want. And another way to add elements to the vector is through append. So you're basically concatenating the entire vector to another vector using append. So here, the parameter type is a little bit more tricky. Remember this, it needs the first element to be mutable reference, and a second one, you need to have the vector itself. So it's asking you to pass the second vector itself to the function, like this. Okay, here you might have some questions about passing directly the vector b itself into this function, because in previous sections, we'll talk about the ownership, right? So it seems that it will change the ownership of b into this append function. But here we do see that passing this vector in this append function is not changing the ownership, because you can have multiple append call. Then you can also still modify that vector correctly. Yeah, okay, so that's basically all you need to know in this lecture, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.